Hey everybody, Steuben here. Welcome back to the channel. Or if you're new here, hey, how's it going? We tend to open up a pre-release kit early and dive in and see what the contents are and how you should handle a build and battle event for you. For this, the pre-releases are this coming weekend, the last full weekend of October. So, check out the event locator at Pokemon.com and find one near you and hop on in. Make sure you take some sleeves, some dice. I prefer katana sleeves. Got the new sick summer cloud color. Woohoo. But you can use whatever you want. I mean, just make sure you take something to protect your cards like dragon shields, katanas, dual specs, whatever you got. Doesn't matter. And make sure you have some dice damage counters and all that kind of stuff before you dive into this. Inside there's a 40 card semi-randomized deck. We'll find out what the core contents can be this time around, and then 4 booster packs that we're also going to rip open and hopefully edit our deck with. So without further ado, let's dive on in. I've got my trusty Zapdos. The whole YouTubers will use anything other than a knife to open a box. But I guess Zapdos isn't really working out for me here. His beak's getting a little soft in his old age. This thing is super old from whenever they made these. This is like the original Tomy Hasbro reissue. Alright, so what do I have that I can open this? I got a USB dongle. Can I get in there? Did I break? Nope. I did. Wait, I think I broke the seal. I got a Game Boy Advance game. I got a whole bunch of crap on my desk and I really need to have a day to clean it off, but I've just been so busy. We've been cranking out a lot of videos on the channel of gameplay for Pokemon and Alustrals. Been recording locals and League and just tournaments in general. So, hey, if you want to see some more in-depth gameplay with some commentary by yours truly, go check out the rest of the channel. Please subscribe for more Pokemon content and whatever other TCGs I end up playing around with. So, alright, let's dive in. We have our Pikachu on the front, our Executor on the back, and inside, our promo is the Magneton with Overvolt Discharge. And then, of course, we have our 4 booster packs, one of every artwork. So we'll dive into those momentarily. Move all this out of the way. And take a look at the deck. Nice little pull tab on here to break into it. And, of course, there's always a code card. These aren't live for TCG Live yet. So I always give these out in some other format, whether it's in my Discord or on Twitch or here on YouTube. So we'll just set this aside for now, and in a few weeks when Surging Sparks comes to PTCG Live, we'll give that away in some shape or form. But we have the Magneton as our promo card with Overvolt Discharge. Once during your turn, you may attach up to 3 basic energy cards from your hand to your Lightning Pokemon in any way you like. It doesn't specify what kind of energy, just Lightning Pokemon can receive it. And if you use this ability, this is knocked out. This card is going to do some cool things in the standard format. Let's see how this handles in this build and battle kit. So we have our trainer tips with Gouging Fire, and of course, Magneton. So Gouging Fire is another one of the 4 promo cards that you can potentially get. So we have these 2 cores smashed together. Got an Explorer's Guidance, Fire Energy, another Magneton. Surfer, new card here. Switch your active Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. If you do, draw until you have 5 cards in your hand. Actually, kind of cool supporter for pre-release. Got a Lightning Energy, a rare candy. So we have a stage 2 in our deck somewhere. We have the Gouging Fire. 130 HP with Lunge Out for 30 for 1 fire. And then 2 fire, a colorless Blazing Charge for 100 plus. If your opponent has 4 fewer prize cards, this attack does 70 more damage. Well, in pre-release format, your opponent always has 4 or fewer prize cards. So if you charge this up, this thing is hitting for 170 guaranteed every single time. Another fire energy, we have Lacey, a reprint from Stellar Crown. Luminous Energy, Nest Ball, Magnemite to go with our Magneton. Lightning Energy, Tapu Koko, 120 HP, basic Pokemon, 2 attacks for 1 colorless. Summon Lightning, search your deck for up to 2 Lightning Pokemon, reveal them, and then put them in your hand, and then shuffle your deck. And then you have Prize Count. That's kind of funny. That's a funny attack name. It's super meta relevant, in terms of the Pokemon TCG talk meta. We're checking out what's a prize count, 222. You know what I mean? Anyways. I'm a little energetic tonight. I'm really excited to open this up, if you can't tell. But for 2 Lightning and a colorless, it does 90 plus. If you have more prize cards remaining than your opponent, it does 90 damage. We have a Reversal Energy. Still haven't seen our Stage 2 just yet. Let's also move that Luminous Energy over. Another Fire. Earthen Vessel, fantastic card to get more copies of. These are a couple dollars a piece on average, so really good. Okay, we have a Magnezone. That makes tons of sense here. 170 HP on the Stage 2 Magnezone evolves from your Kamikaze Magneton. with 2 attacks. Mighty Magnetism for 80 damage. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused during your opponent's next turn. It can't retreat. Okay, really cool for pre-release. And then Zap Cannon for a lightning and 3 colorless. It does 180 damage, and it cannot use Zap Cannon during your next turn. But then that's where that Surfer can come in, and you can kind of pivot around. All right, so now we have Fighting Energy, Lightning, another Gouging Fire, Power Glass reprint, Mela reprint, Fighting Energy, Night Stretcher, really great item card to get multiple copies of. I know people struggled to get this out of Shrouded Fable. We have a Koraidon, new ancient Pokemon, 130 HP, with 2 attacks. Unrelenting Onslaught for 30 plus. If one of your other ancient Pokemon used an attack during your last turn, does 150 more damage. So 180 if you pivot off the Gouging Fire. Really cool. And then Hammer in for 2 fighting and a colorless. Got a Lightning Energy, another Magnemite, an Artisan, Luminous Energy, Reversal Energy, Fire Energy, another Magnezone, TM Evolution, really cool. This is an insane kit. I honestly can't believe this. Lightning Energy, another Magneton, a Switch, and a Fire Energy. So there's a lot of energy in here, but we've got quite the lineup here. So let's lay this out and get a better look at it. So we have 2 Magnemites, 3 Magneton thanks to our promo card, 2 Magnezone, a Tapu Koko, 2 Gouging Fire, and a Koraidon. And then in terms of energy, we've got Fire, Lightning, Fighting, Fire, Lightning, Fighting, Reversal, Luminous, Reversal, Fire, 2 more Lightning, and another Fire. And then we've got tons of stuff in here. We've got Technical Machine Evolution, some supporters, ways to find energy with Earthen Vessel. This is honestly really good. I'm going to dive into the packs, and then we'll see what we can end up assembling out of all of this. But honestly, the amount of trainer cards and like playable Pokemon feels pretty good. We'll definitely be able to cut some energy cards potentially, and then see what else we can get. So I'm going to cut real quick, and then we'll open the packs.
A few moments later.
All right, I am back with the 4 booster packs of Surging Sparks found in our Build and Battle kit. We're going to go ahead and just start and go through these one by one, see what we can get, and hopefully edit our deck. Of course, code cards, like I said earlier, aren't allowed to be used just yet. It's not in the online client yet, so we'll give it some time. And then this should just be an energy off the back, so we'll remove that. We don't need that. And then let's just dive in. We have an Execute, Cast Form, Sunny Form, 70 HP with Singe and Sunny Assist. Shout out to Sunny TCG. We have Mesprit, Scatterbug with Call for Family, Appleton, Melting Sweetness, and Wind Tackle. Another Koraidon, Dragon Elixir. Heal 60 damage from your Dragon Pokemon. Active, specifically. Okay, we got a Magnemite, really good. That's going to definitely go into our deck. A Alolan Dugtrio, and a Gastrodon, as long as this is on your bench stage 2 Pokemon. Both yours and your opponents have no abilities. Interesting. So, nothing other than the Magnemite that we can use. Ultimately, without really thinking about it. I mean, we could potentially use the Cast Form. We could use the Scatterbug for Call for Family, but let's see what we get out of the rest of the packs first. On to pack number 2, we have the Archaludon or Archaludon. I don't know the correct pronunciation of that Pokemon just yet, so if you do, let me know down in the comments below. And also, let me know what you're excited to pull from Surging Sparks. So let's get our energy out of the way. And here we go. We have an Excadrill, Digging Claw, and Drill Smash, Quaxwell, Morlul, Helioptile. We have a Xerneas. Haven't seen Xerneas in a hot minute. Terra Orb. Search your deck for a Terra Pokemon, reveal it, and put it in your hand, then shuffle your deck. This is a really good card. We can't use this in our deck unless we pull a Terra Pokemon, but this is going to be a very important card for the standard format. We have a Flapple, Acidic Spit, and Speed Dive. Another Execute. This one has Precoccus Evolution? Precoccus? I don't know. If you go first, you can use the attack during your first turn to check for a Pokemon that evolves from this Pokemon and put it in. Oh, okay. So you can evolve turn 1 if we get an Executor. We have a Graplocked and a Cofagrigus, Law of the Underworld. Put 6 damage on each Pokemon that has an ability. Maybe cool for constructed deck play, but definitely not for sealed. Next pack, we have the Latios and Latios hanging out in the background. Energy off the back. And then here we go. We have a Duraludon, Sizzlipede, Yamask, an Eevee with boosted evolution. As long as this is in the active spot, it can evolve during your first turn or the turn you play it. That's really cool. Fluttermane, another new one here. Perplexing transfer, move all damage counters from one of your benched ancient Pokemon to one of your opponent's active Pokemon. Interesting. And then Moonblast for 70, and it takes 30 less damage next turn. Bruxish, counterattack. If it's in the active spot and is damaged by an attack by an opponent's Pokemon, even if this is knocked out, put 3 damage counters on the active Pokemon, and then you have Big Bite. Meddling Memo. Your opponent counts the cards in their hand, shuffles those cards, and put them on the bottom of their deck. If they do, they draw that many cards. Interesting. We have a Spathra, a Dino, and a Flamigo EX. We got a hit. Pretty excited about that. 200 HP, basic Pokemon EX with Precise Break for 30 plus. If this Pokemon and your opponent's active Pokemon have the same amount of energy attached, it does 100 more damage, so potentially 130. And then Brave Bird for 4 colorless does 200 but hurts itself for 30. I don't think I'm going to put that in my deck, but it is cool to get an EX nonetheless. The Meddling Memo, I don't know. So far, our only pull that's really going to benefit us is this Magnemite. So hopefully this last pack with the Pikachu on here has something spicy for us to add into our deck. If not, we're just going to probably rock it with the extra Magnemite in place of one of the energy cards. Well, of course, energy off the back. We have a fire this time, so 4 for 4 on different types of energy from our backs. We have a Dino. Drasna, shuffle your hand in your deck, then flip a coin. If heads, draw 8 cards. If tails, draw 3 cards. We might play this. Esper, see through your opponent reveals their hand, and Psyshot. Watch roll with Aerial Ace. Another Flapple. Annihilate. Jasmine's Gaze. During your opponent's next turn, all of your Pokemon take 30 less damage from attacks from your opponent's Pokemon. Okay. This includes new Pokemon that come into play. Okay, that's a different clause. We have a Heliolisk, a Drayton. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck. You may reveal a Pokemon and a trainer card you find there, put them in your hand, and then shuffle the cards back into the deck. And a Landorus. Fist of Focus for 30 damage. Attach an energy card from your discard pile to this Pokemon. And then Buster Swing for 130, unaffected by resistance. So we did get a couple trainer cards we can actually use here. So I'm thinking in our deck, I kind of just want to cut the Gouging Fire and the Koraidon, but we don't really have any other attackers. So I feel like the Koraidon's an easy cut for another Magnemite. We really only need to use Magneton one time. We have the Luminous energies. We have reversals, so we get behind on prize cards. Magnezone with reversal does a lot of stuff there. As long as we have 1 energy more, we can do Zap Cannon or Mighty Magnetism. So there's that. We have 3 Magnemite, 3 Magneton. Handful of energy cards. Let's double check our booster packs here. We ultimately could use the Landorus. Eevee's not going to do us any good. Graplock's not going to do us any good. Terra Orb doesn't help. Yeah, I mean, our packs didn't really do us too great. I feel like we do end up needing to play the Scatterbug for another Pokemon. This one's got Call for Family. And then maybe we do, unfortunately, just need to play the Koraidon and the Gouging Fire and set those up. So, let's see. We want to add in 2, 3, 4, 5, and the Magneton. We've got 2 Luminous, which will help with the fighting energy. We've got 2 fighting energy. But we can't load these guys up, though, because this only attaches to our Lightning Pokemon. So we're going to have to load up to another Magneton or another Magnezone or the Tapu Koko. So I wish we would have pulled more Lightning stuff. I don't see another way, because like we're going to have to manually attach these energies to Gouging Fire and Koraidon. We don't have a real way of powering them up. And in terms of Lightning Pokemon, I mean, we got a Wattrel that does 10 or 30 more, 30 total with a coin flip. And there's nothing really else that we can rock with. So I think we're just going to end up shoving in Scatterbug, Drasna, Jasmine's Gaze, and then cutting out. I mean, I guess we could play the Flamigo. It is a big 200 HP. But I mean, you can see the Gouging Fire and the Koraidon. They can get real close to those numbers. So I think I think our kit, unfortunately, like, wasn't that great with our packs. I wish these did something ultimately for us. So we just need to figure out what we're going to cut here. I think, ultimately, I just cut the 4 of these all together. We cut the fighting energy out. We cut the luminous energy out. And then we're just going to go degenerate. We're going to go 3 Magnemite, 3 Magneton, 2 Magnezone, a Tapu Koko, and a Scatterbug. So that's 3, 6, 8, 10 Pokemon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 trainers. And we could cut the Explorer's Guidance and maybe the Mela. So then that goes to 13, and then just play 2 Reversal, and then just fill the rest of the deck with Lightning Energy. We have Recursion, we have ways to find Pokemon, we can maybe find more with Drasna. This might unfortunately be like the way to go. I mean, we could still play Mela and then a couple Fire Energy. Explorer's Guidance doesn't do us anything. I really don't like the ancient Pokemon. So I would just play these and then fill it up with energy. Hopefully the kit you guys get is a lot better than mine, and you can do a lot more and maybe get some more Pokemon. I'd like to see the other lines that are in there with the other promos, the Gouging Fire, and of course the other promo cards as well. I think this list on here. So yeah, there's the building tips, of course, and then I usually do go over the set list, so I'll just do this now. A little bit at the tail end, I apologize. I'm a little scatterbrained tonight. If you need to see what something is, just take a second and pause. But here is the full set list, including the secret rares at the end. But as always, I love diving into these build and battle kits and doing pre-release. So hopefully you can go to one near you and have a lot of fun playing the Pokemon TCG. That's it for me. Make sure to take a moment to subscribe to the channel. Leave a like, comment down below. Let me know what you want to pull from your crazy Surging Sparks pre-releases. And stay tuned, in the next week or so I'll have a booster box from running a bunch of different events and getting some judge packs. So keep an eye out for that on the channel. Much love, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.